Frivolous lawsuits are booming in this county. The U.S. has more costs of litigation per person than any other industrialized nation in the world, and it is crippling our economy. Marriage as an institution fits in perfect harmony with the laws of nature, whereas systems of slavery and segregation were designed to brutally oppress people and thereby violated the laws of nature. We need workfare over welfare. Deportation isn't something that is suddenly new. I used to live in Ethiopia as a child, and I lived there when Haile Selassie was the emperor. What we want the folks in Ethiopia to know is that we are behind them in the democratic process. We know it is not perfect, as we are still working on ours, but we wish them success in this great and noble endeavor. If immigration reform was easy, Congress would have dealt with it 15 years ago. In Ethiopia, democracy is in its infancy, and it must be nurtured along by its leaders. I'm a weekday warrior who takes our Georgia values to Washington, and on the weekends, I'm back home. Ages of experience have taught humanity that the commitment of a husband and wife to love and to serve one another promotes the welfare of children and the stability of society. Mike Pence not only knows the Capitol, he knows the players in the House and the Senate. He knows how the committee system works, but he also knows all the governors. And so that really brings a unique talent to the picture. From a monarchy followed by suffering under communism, Ethiopians must be given the opportunity to flourish under the greatest of systems, democracy. This is the time to pull together as a nation, as different people from all over the states with different perspectives and different social statuses and different income brackets, to unify into one and help those on the ground who need our help the most. It is always open season on Christian and on white folks, because they are the group you can kick and you can get away with it. It is politically correct. I wish that the Democrats would put some effort into Social Security reform, illegal immigration reform, tax reform, or some of the other real issues that are out there. Finally, I want to make the point that we are Republicans. We are the majority. It is going to be a little more difficult because we have to govern and come up with ideas. I think Social Security should be bipartisan and it should transcend the next election, and you should get the best ideas of the Democrats and of the Republicans and move forward with the best. What I would ask the Democrat Party is to put your plan on the table, because most people agree with the facts, and the facts are that Social Security is running out of money. Most people understand life expectancy has changed since Social Security started in 1937 when folks lived to be 59 years old. Today, they live to be 77 years old. I welcome the Democrats' ideas on Social Security. I think it is very important to make a bipartisan reform. Our current identification system is so disjointed that the World Trade Center terrorists had a total of 63 valid driver's licenses between them. Indeed, there are so many prejudices against everyday middle-class values on college campuses, and serving in the military and being pro-American just seems to be one of them. Marriage is sacred and protected and has nothing to do with violating our civil rights. There is a certain element of complementarity between men and women that is biological by nature. If we change the definition of marriage to be more inclusive, then it is logical to argue that we should broaden the definition so that won't exclude anyone. But whether a couple is a man and a woman has everything to do with the meaning of marriage. Marriage encourages the men and women who together create life to unite in a bond for the protection of children. Marriage cannot be severed from its cultural, religious, and natural roots without weakening the good influence of society. So far, 44 states, or 88% of the states, have enacted laws providing that marriage shall consist of a union between a man and a woman. Only 75% of the states are required to approve a constitutional amendment. When a city says, if you're illegal, come here, we're not going to prosecute you, the federal law should supersede the local mayor's edict. Donald Trump did denounce David Duke's support. People expect to see white guys, Sunday afternoon, on Face the Nation, and people with a direct interest in politics do watch those shows. But not a lot of normal people watch those shows. But Real Time with Bill Maher, it's unbelievable how many people watch that. What worries me is that conservative thought is moving quickly, but we're kind of the pachyderms in Congress because things move so slowly. I know there is a difference between adaptation and evolution. We absolutely have to change the status quo in Washington. I'm not a creature of Washington. The people in my district don't call me congressman, doesn't matter how old they are, they call me Jack. They see me at the grocery store, at soccer games. That's what representative democracy is about. Is members going to Washington, but coming home and answering the tough questions. I learned a lot when I was 14 and 15 years old doing chores inside and outside the household, and as a result, I grew up with a good work ethic. It's hard in today's society to have a discussion where you want to challenge the status quo because of the I gotcha politics. If you really want to see the face of war, see the faces of survivors. Americans underemployed or unemployed, and a President Trump will put them back to work. The Obama administration has been weak and inconsistent in enforcing immigration laws. The thing about Donald Trump, he is a different candidate. Politicians always do a two-step, depending on what their district politics looks like. You have to respect the system. If you have a problem with the system, change the system. It seems like WikiLeaks has better information on Hillary Clinton than she does herself. Allowing adult children who live at home who are in between jobs to stay on their parents' health care, I think that's a lot of Republican support for that, with or without Obamacare.